On the 18th of November, we had news that people were violating the terms of service of Axie Infinity, and there was a ban wave of 24,000 Axies being banned on over 10,000 Ronin accounts. I already made a video about this explaining why that happened, and then Psychout decided to say that there will be another update for people waiting for the news regarding the latest ban wave, and they were looking deeper into the numbers to avoid any chance of false positives and considering the length of bans. So the bans usually happen for a couple of thousands of days, so you're not going to be able to use those Axies pretty much ever, and they wanted to eliminate any chances that someone might have had the Axies banned even though they did nothing wrong. So they did a double check, and today they have finally released the update regarding the ban wave and saying in detail what those people did wrong to deserve those bans and how long they got banned for. But when it comes to Axie Infinity news, there is only one source that I trust, so let's jump into our specialist and see what he has to say about this subject. Alright, thank you very much for the input. So the ban wave happened on the 18th of November, as I said, or 19th of November, and today we get a little bit more information. So instead of the initial 24,000 Axie accounts that got banned, or 20,000 Axies, over 10,000 accounts, only 18,505 Axies were banned as a result of multiple account abuse. What does multiple account abuse means? That means if you play more than one account on one device, that doesn't matter if you log in accidentally, if you farm some SLPs, if you are using multiple accounts, you will get banned, as they do have algorithms to detect multi-account abuse, because it's not good for the ecosystem. If people are minting more SLP than they should be, it decreases the price of SLP as more is being minted over time. We've modified the ban terms over the weekend upon discovering an error in our detection algorithms, so you can see they had an error. That's why they were checking for false positives, because they might have banned more Axies than they should have due to that error, and some people were not able to use the Axies to farm SLP even though they did nothing wrong. They also updated the terms of service to make the rules around multi-accounting more clear. All they really talk about is multi-accounting, and if you can only afford one team, how could you be multi-accounting? Well, there's a thing in Axie Infinity called a scholarship. If you are in the game, you definitely know what that means. It basically means when someone buys the team and lends it out to someone else, for someone else to play, and then they split the profit. So let's say I got 3 Axies, I don't really want to play, but I have a friend that wants to play. I give them the 3 Axies and they can play, and the minted SLP will split usually half and half, but that doesn't block him from finding another manager that will give him another 3 Axies, and that's when multi-accounting comes into fact. When scholars decide to get more scholarship programs than just one because they want to make more money. It's quite obvious, right? If there's an opportunity to make more money, they will take it. But that does hurt the managers, as they can get banned for it. Over the weekend, they have banned 18,505 Axies that were involved in systematic abuse of multi-account rules. So the thing that we have just mentioned. This involves situations where one human was playing and earning in-game resources on multiple Axie account games over a 24-hour period. This abuse is harmful to the economy and community. Already said that, as they are making more SLP than they should be, and it hurts everyone else. For example, scholarship leaders should actively work to ensure that scholars are not misrepresenting themselves, and each scholar only has access to one account. Now this sounds all well and good, but it's actually insanely hard to enforce. Like, how are you gonna check if someone else has a scholarship? You can check the Ronin account to see if they have any more SLP coming in from other managers. That's the only backup check that you can do. That's your due diligence that you can do. What you can do is go into an interview with them, ask as many questions as you can about the game, and then you can have a video interview, make sure that they are who they say they are, but they're really not going to say that they got another scholarship. Now, if someone does, then obviously fair play to him. You're still not going to give them the account because you're risking multi-accounting, but there's not that many honest people that will just straight up say, yeah, I've got a scholar, I'm looking for another one, because you are then risking a multi-account ban. So it's hard to enforce and check that someone already has a scholarship program, but you should do the best that you can to make sure that they are not running the chance of multi-accounting, as you will lose your Axies, as we have seen a couple of times in the past. Upon a re-examination of this data this weekend, we discovered an error in our detection algorithms, causing some innocent Axies to get banned. These Axies, alongside other Axies that were sold on the marketplace prior to this detection wave, have all been unbanned. So they had an error. It's unfair to those people that got banned. Maybe they should get some kind of a reward for the lost time, because if they got banned for a couple of days, they were obviously not using these Axies to mint SLP, which was the intended part when you are buying the Axies. So they should get a reward, in my opinion. If your Axie got banned for 4 days, let's say 75 SLP per day, the guaranteed SLP that you get every single day from the daily quest, you should be rewarded back if you got unjustly banned, or something else that recompensates for the unfair ban if you did nothing wrong. Also recognize that some of the banned Axies belong to well-meaning managers. So maybe managers that are just starting out the game, they have bought a couple of Axies, but they want to give them out to scholars. They don't really know how to do a checkup. They just wanted a scholar. They say, hey, I got a scholarship account. If you want to play, DM me. And they look through the DMs and just found one. The ban wave in this wave has been reduced to 90 days. So usually the days that you get banned for are in the hundreds or in the thousands. But for the newer managers that didn't really know how to do a backup check on the scholars, maybe the newer ones, the ones that were a little bit blind to this, got banned for 90 days. Now this still sucks. This means you've got Axies that are not making money for 3 months straight. So you're not going to get your ROI, because it usually takes about 3 to 4 months to get your ROI. Now you're not going to get it for the next 3 months. So it still sucks, but it is way better than 2 or 3 years like the usual ban. So you can see how important it is to make sure that you do the best that you can to check whether the scholar is gonna multi-account or not. It might even be better to take someone that is not already knowledgeable in the game, but he's willing to learn, so that you spend a couple of days teaching him about the game, and then he's going to be more of a loyal scholar to you because you're giving them a chance rather than just taking whatever they can get. And because if someone's got an experience already and they show you screens of having 1800, 2000 MMR, they already had a scholar, so they might be multi-accounting if they are willing to prove that evidence. Our terms of service have been updated to make the rules more clear. Please consider the terms of service carefully. You can see them at axieinfinity.com/terms. And we know this affects a lot of you and appreciate your continuous work. Blah, 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 blah. The one thing that I'm going to say about this is that they have not really given the reasons, exact reasons for people that got banned. I'm sure that people that lost their Axies only got a notification, hey, your Axies got banned, or maybe they are highlighted in red. You can definitely find one in the marketplace that is already banned. It's probably not going to be hard to look for, as I already seen some of them yesterday, especially on this particular card set. Let's look at this and all of the Axies available, and there were some highlighted in red. So you can see this one is banned. Now if you go into this one, the ban is still for 87 days. So this one didn't get affected as much. It got 87 days, 3 months, but it still sucks. But this is how it looks like. Did that person get notified of exactly what they did wrong? Did they get a notification saying, hey, one of your scholars, then the nickname, got caught for multi-accounting, your penalty is 90 days, make sure to do a better job next time, something like that? I'm thinking they haven't received a notification like that with a specific reason to why the Axies got banned. I think they should implement it if they haven't done it. Now, I don't have the evidence. I can't say definitely they haven't received a notification. I haven't got my Axies banned, so I'm not sure how this works, but I'm assuming that they haven't got a notification like that. They just got the Axies banned. It would be much better for the overall community if they get exact reasons why to get banned. I can see why Axie Infinity might not provide the exact reasons, because if you provide the exact reasons, then people that have ill intentions will abuse the reasons that you have provided and then work around them to find new ways to exploit the system. So it's all a very difficult situation for new managers. They might got scared and not get into the game because you might get your Axies banned if you are looking for scholars that are not gonna be using just your scholarship, but then look for another managers to provide them with scholarships. And so it's not a good look for the Axie Infinity community. I'm expecting more ban waves to come as we go along, because there's still going to be people botting in the adventure mode because you got guaranteed SLP. You're still going to get people multi-accounting because they want to get more SLP from a couple of managers rather than just one, and they want to build their own team in the future. So there's still going to be issues in the game. They are fighting it. They are making the ban waves. They are doing something, improving the algorithms that they have. So something's happening, but is that enough? I'm not sure. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one.